The 2023 general elections have come and gone. The winners have been announced. Those not satisfied with the outcome of the elections have since rejected the result and have approached the Election Execution Tribunal across the country to seek redress as guaranteed by law. Today on Political Arena, we shall be discussing with the PDP chairman of Kaduna State and chairman of chairmen across Nigeria. He is former Minister of Aviation, Honorable Felix Hassan Hyat. You are welcome to Political Arena today.
Thank you very much.
Now let's start by your own assessment of the 2023 general elections. What is your own assessment entirely?
Well, to me, from cries all over the country and from condemnation from different groups and the perception from the international community, one can safely say that the elections came short of public expectations and short of international best practices. And I joined my voice in saying that what took place was just nothing but a mockery of democracy and a betrayal of public trust by the empire itself, that by INEC, that was supposed to have led in an exercise that would provide us with an avenue of galvanizing the nation and restoring public confidence in the act of elections in our country. That we didn't get. So I can safely say that the elections were not what we bargained for. Neither was the expenditure what that went into it paid for what we expected. So it was a colossal loss.
So this is your assessment. I won't say it's politically biased because your political party lost at the presidential level.
Definitely, it is not an issue of our political party loss at all. It is as a result of the public condemnation and the revelations of what is coming up now. Now, if you take INEC, for example, that said it was battle ready and it was assuring Nigerians of the sanctity of every vote and every vote will count. If you take their promise that election will be transmitted from the polling units to their IREP, and then you come to the realization that the same INEC said it couldn't do that just for presidential election, but was able to do that for other elections. At the elections that were held at the same time and using the same system of transmission, then you can say that definitely it is not an issue of a political party being aggrieved simply because it was declared a loser, but a reflection of INEC not keeping to its word, to its mandate. And let us all know that for public office holders, your word must be your honor. And if you cannot respect your own word that you said out of your own violation, that means that you should not be trusted for anything again. Therefore, it's not an issue of me being a PDP member that we are declared losers. We are only declared losers, not that we lost.
So, looking at the opposition now, winners of the election you call fraud has already been announced by the Independent National Electoral Commission. Now, looking at things right now, are you challenging the outcome of the election? Are you seeking redress in court?
Definitely, we are already at the tribunal. We have filed our papers that would cogent reasons. We are not manufacturing anything. We are in opposition. And being an opposition, you know very well that whatever we get under a very tight situation of this nature, fighting against a federal government, a state government, fighting against INEC that was supposed to be the referee in the exercise, but suddenly became a player to one side, fighting against the opposition. Yeah, they are. They are, but they are the true reflection of what happened. I don't withdraw the words, and I have no apology to anybody, as a matter of fact, because what happened was bizarre and very unexpected of a nation like Nigeria that's supposed to be a pace setter for the black world to follow. Certainly. So definitely we fought. We didn't just fight with APC. We fought with federal government, with its apparatus of security and everything. We fought against with INEC on the other side. INEC cannot claim not to be so, that it is not so. They may only say it to cover their faces, but certainly it is. And when I said INEC must take responsibility for those that it employed an ad hoc staff to do their job. Therefore, they did it. And we have kept on saying, and I will repeat, we have kept on saying that there's no reason why a returning officer will be a secret. If the INEC chairman of the whole country, of the whole commission, is not a secret to Nigerians, why will a returning officer that's coming just to collect results and announce be why will such a person be a hidden person, a player to all of us? He should be in the open and look, I have come to do according to the law. That's all. Why would he be a hidden person? You brought him in the night, you kept him somewhere hidden. All you needed was security for him, nothing else. So definitely what I say, I stand by it.
So you are confident in the judiciary that justice will prevail at the end of the day?
Yeah, it is now for the judiciary to restore its own confidence. We are going to do our own part by providing them with the data available to us for them to analyze and make comparison with whatever will be provided by any other institution. And they are in the temple of justice. And the whole world, not only Nigerians, but the whole world is looking onto them to come up with a position that will respect the institution of justice in our country, that will give hope that Nigeria is ready to move in accordance with the dictates of democracy. So we have that confidence that they will do it.
But some people have also alleged that the internal crisis within the PDP at the national level also contributed to the failing of the PDP presidential election. How true is this?
You see, if we had problems, internal problems, and we lost the election in those states where we had the internal problems, it is understood. But where we did not lose, why should we be declared losers? Therefore, there are two separate things. In Benue, for example, we know that the internal crisis caused a lot of problems. In Katsina, we can talk of that. In Rivers, we can talk of that. But the aggregate of the votes that still went into the ballot boxes in favor of PDP still remain in the majority. So how could an internal crisis stop INEC from announcing genuine results? That's just what we are talking. Where we didn't win, we know we didn't win.
How do you know your genuine votes?
They are genuine votes because the method by which INEC came out with its figures, with its results, is suspect. There was an election, 3 elections of that day for the presidential, on the National Assembly also. Senators, House of Reps, and the president. Why is it that INEC was able to transmit the results for the Senate and the House of Reps as they promised the nation, and then suddenly back up that they had a problem with their server? Why? And today, following developments in the media, they are coming out to tell the world that it was not mandatory for them to transmit results by from the polling unit to the lab. Is that what you told us? That's why we're talking of honor. Is that what they told us? If they have told us that the issue of server is just an alternative, is not a necessity right from the very word go, everybody will know that you are talking of a system that you have alternatives. But while you have made it mandatory that this thing is going to happen, then you have to follow it to the letter.
So talking about Kaduna State, did you lose the election in Kaduna State?
We didn't.
But INEC announced an APC candidate got the winner of the election.
That's one of the most fraudulent practices and shameful thing that has ever been declared in Kaduna State. We know it. You will recall, on Monday the 20th, I had to address a press conference, a whole press conference, that the results already from INEC server that we have downloaded, because it's a public thing, we have downloaded, showed that we are leading, and that there were efforts going on to alter results. We alerted the world, we alerted the people of Kaduna State, we alerted the people of Nigeria, and we alerted all lovers of democracy and fairness, equity, and justice. And INEC did not make any effort to redress the issues. They kept on postponing collection, kept on sending people to Lere, sending people to Kudan, while they already have results in their server. It was the result from the IRF that was announced, that was used to declare the governor of Zamfara as the winner. Because those were uncertain results. They were results from INEC polling officers directly to the servers. But in our own case, we say they refused to do it. And we asked that let that be done, because any attempt to manipulate the system through handwritten procedures was definitely going to create problems and was going to make the results unacceptable to us. But they went ahead and did it. And up to now, I can tell you that from our permutations, using their own figures, we won the elections.
So what do you think happened?
Alteration, outright alterations.
Was the returning officer induced or something?
Well, inducement can come in different forms. Inducement by a public officer handling a public exercise can come from either financial inducement, which I am not aware, I don't know, because I didn't see anything of that nature, but it portends that. Then it can come from alignment with some interest to pervert the cause of justice, maybe based on either family or religious consideration or sectional consideration. So all these things can play a role. All these things can play a role.
So have you approached the Competition Tribunal to challenge this?
We have certainly filed our petitions.
How hopeful are you?
Well, as long as facts and figures are sacrosanct, we are confident.
There was allegation that your governorship candidate and the leader of your party in Kaduna State, the former governor, was also approached by the opposite party in power to seek reconciliation and to plead with the governorship candidate not to go to court. How true is this allegation?
Well, I remain the chairman of the party in Kaduna State, and my position is the official position of the party, that we are not aware and we are not interested in any settlement that will allow a wrong candidate, an unelected candidate, to preside over the affairs of the state while the rightful candidate and the rightful party is kept outside. And this thing is not about our candidate, neither is it about our former governor. It's about the people of Kaduna State. And if it is about the people of Kaduna State, for goodness sake, let us know that we are dealing with the people of Kaduna State, the votes of the people of Kaduna State, and not an issue of Isa Ashiru as the candidate, or who do you call, or our leader, Senator Mukasey, or our other leader also, former vice president. It is all about the people of Kaduna State, because it was the people of Kaduna State that came out to vote, and they voted for PDP. And if you look at the ballot papers, there was no name of any person. So no name of Mukasey, no name of Isa Ashiru, no name of any other person. But there was the logo and the name of People's Democratic Party, and people went out to vote according to that. So we should keep all these things aside as to somebody can compromise and all this. The people have voted, and they want their votes to hold ground.
Well, we have heard the governor-elect extending a hand of fellowship to the PDP and saying that he wants to have a unity government and chairman of the party in Kaduna State. Are you comfortable with this call? Or are your members willing to...
The governor declaration to us still remain illegitimate. And until that one is sorted out, we don't discuss about that.
What if the court gave a judgment in his favor? Are you still going to extend the hand of fellowship to him?
If the court gives a judgment, we'll leave it to the public to decide.
What will be your reaction after everything the court still delivers judgment in him? Or what will be your next step? I
don't even foresee that, because the court is not going to falsify figures. The court is going to correct falsification of figures and take a decision. So how would the court give a judgment that will not favor us? I don't foresee it. I'm confident in that.
What about your internal crisis within the PDP in Kaduna State? We saw some people, members of your party, already congratulating the governor-elect, and they are members of your party.
Well, these are some of the things that we keep on saying and saying. And not all that glitters is gold. Therefore, it is not everybody who says PDP that is really PDP. It is not everybody who says that we must stand for democracy that is really a Democrat. And they are just displaying their nature. But I will tell you that it is a shameful thing that the party is fighting an act of injustice. And some people are congratulating injustice and hailing it. But if they are really party supporters and party faithfuls, they were nowhere to be seen during our campaign. They were not there. So what makes me to feel that they are committed party members? I don't believe that they are committed party members, because they were not there when we went out all throughout the 24 local governments of the state and sat with different groups. They were not there. So they are only, I can call them nominal PDP members, nothing else.
So you are the chairman of PDP across the states in Nigeria. And your party has been involved in a lot of internal crises, leading to the suspension of the national chairman. What really is your people's position as far as this matter is concerned?
Well, definitely it is an unfortunate development. But you also realize that history is only repeating itself. Because we had this situation during the tenure of Prince Secondus through the same court issue. But I will only advise that courts should not, for whatever reason, rush in giving such injunctions. We have mechanism of conflict resolution, and PDP is very well versed in it as well, none of it. If PDP, if the issue of court has not come up immediately, certainly PDP would have set up machinery in order to address seeming problems or concrete problems that mitigated against the greater fortunes of the party at the last election. But then since the decision of the court is the last, the ultimate in a situation of this nature, the party has to comply. But already I'm impressed because the party has already taken steps to redress the issues by lifting the suspension handed down on other people. It does not mean that there were no faults or the people are innocent. But the party is of the opinion that, okay, let us give peace a chance by going through the normal processes of reconciliation or forming committees to investigate. Like in Kaduna State, many wards and local government have set up committees to investigate the activities of some people during elections. And some people have started crying out that they are being witch hunted. If the committee is set up for you to explain a certain role that you are alleged to have played, I don't see it as witch hunting. All you need to do is to go to say, yes, I did this, and this is why I did it, or I didn't do it, it's a lie. But if there are evidences, you did it and you say you didn't do it, certainly you know that you know that you are on the other side. Not on this side, but on the other side. So if you are on the other side, you are mature enough to come out to say no, and that's all. Remember, everybody, for you to be a voter, for you to be a registered member of the party, you must be 18 years and above. In which case, you are in a position to take a decision for yourself, to decide for yourself. So why should you be afraid? If you have done something, you have a reason for doing it. So that's the whole issue.
What the PDP at the national level lost Mr. Peter Obi to Labour Party, lost Kwankwaso to NNPP, and some prominent leaders of the party to other political parties. These must have affected the fortunes of the outcome of the election generally, according to some commentators. But what if these same people return to the PDP? Will you accept them?
The constitution of PDP is binding on every member of the PDP. There is a section of the constitution that deals with that. If somebody leaves the party and he comes back, certainly he will be accepted. But there are some privileges that such a person would lose in terms of seniority and influence. So if they want to come back, I believe that they are highly welcome. But I must say that certainly what happened at that time, for whatever reason, I think lack of patience played a leading role. Because Kwankwaso had been a governor before. At the time he was elected, there were people who fought to be elected with him. And when they didn't win, they exercised patience. So if this time around, he wants to be president, and he sees that the situation does not favor him, must he rock the pot? So also, Peter Obi, he was a governor in Anambra State. He fought with other people before he won and became the governor. It didn't mean that people were not interested, but people exercised patience and felt that there's always a tomorrow. And I think this is something that politicians in our country should learn, the issue of exercising patience. Exercising patience does not stop you from fighting for a cause, for a wrong thing to be corrected in the interest of the system. But if it doesn't go your own way, you say that you are backing out. And where you are, some people are also crying that what you are doing is wrong. But they are exercising patience, recognizing your leadership. So why would you recognize another person's leadership and tolerate his also shortcoming and see ways that you can come together to improve the system? Now, they all agree that APC should not be allowed to continue. But by their acts, whether justifiable or not, they have certainly returned APC. So where is their victory? And what is the value of the fight? And what is the benefit to Nigerians in a situation of this nature? Certainly you will find out that it was not right for them to do it, if it was the issue of public interest. But if it is their inordinate personal ambition, which they are entitled to, they're good and fine. But they have not gotten it.
So, sir, let me ask, already petitions are already before the election petition tribunal, either at the presidential or at the governorship level. There are agitations that this trial should be televised live on TV. What is your position on this matter?
I support it in
Why?
totality.
Why?
Because the war and the public needs to know what went wrong, so that the system can be improved upon tomorrow. But if you don't expose it to the public to see and follow, certainly whatever comes out of it will be what you hear of those who went to court and those who didn't go. And those who went to court, especially using the social media, will only dish out information that will be pleasing and supportive to their own cause, not to the general public. So I support the idea of a televised tribunal sitting.
In Kaduna too?
Yes, in Kaduna too. It should be. Kaduna case is very, very important. Let it be done.
You're so confident about Kaduna case is very important. What really is the matter?
The matter is that just falsification of figures, changing figures, going to declare an election that you know that even with the change of figures, it was not conclusive. Even with the change of figures, the election was not conclusive because the margin of victory compared to the number of votes that were cancelled, there's a great disparity. And therefore, how could you have done that? And there's this section 82 of the electoral law stipulates that when the margin of victory is less than the total votes that have been cancelled, the election is withheld until you go back and conduct elections in the affected areas. So why was INEC working with APC in a hurry to announce this? Meanwhile, in Adamawa, they declared it inconclusive, even when the sitting governor was leading. In Kebbi, it was inconclusive. So why in Kaduna State?
What is your appeal for the people of Kaduna State as it stands right now?
My appeal is that let them remain calm, let them remain law-abiding, let them continue to have confidence in PDP, let them have confidence in what we are doing, let them be prayerful so that the justices in the temple of justice, the justice that is required and expected of them.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.